Yeah, we love Mayor Week on Morning Live. Burlington's turn. Mayor Marianne Meed Ward back for a little check-in. A few things to get to. I want to do tax levy first. 2024
Sure.
tax levy. Let's get the tax out of the way. So the tax levy bylaw has been approved. So what does this mean for the final tax bills?
So the rate that they'll pay for the city portion, so the taxes are city, regional services, as well as education. So it's 4.99%, and then an additional 1.6 for the regional portion. The education taxes didn't go up, so the blended final rate is just over, what's that, 6%. Yeah, so we recognize that it's always difficult to pay taxes and to see them go up. We're hit by inflation just like everyone else, so the cost of delivering exactly the same services has gone up. But we also instituted a increased tax grant. So if you qualify through our regular program, we've increased the amount of the grant and who is eligible for the grant. So seniors on GIS, people on Ontario Disability Support, any of those folks, income level below a certain threshold, you qualify, and it's $575. So it's we increased that. I think it was $550. So we're trying to provide the services that our residents expect, but also recognizing that some folks need a little bit of an extra hand.
Any of those taxes go towards all the beautiful trees that you have in your city?
Yes.
Because you've been recognized as a tree city of the world for a second year.
Yes, we have, and yes, they do actually. And there's very strict criteria you have to meet. So. They look at your tree planting program, tree giveaways, which we do every year. They look at tree pruning. They look at your tree canopy. Our tree canopy overall for the city is 30%. Our goal for tree canopy coverage is 35%, but in the urban area it's only 22%. So we still have some work to do to get that up. But we just had a tree giveaway. They go like hotcakes. But yeah, it was a real honor.
Isn't it? It's hard because we have to increase the housing, and the housing thing is. But then when because then you're building new houses and you're taking down trees, but you want to keep the trees, so it's like a hard dynamic there.
Well, our staff work with homeowners when they're taking down an existing house to put up a new one to see if they can configure the plans to protect the trees and preserve the trees, and that's our first requirement. And only if absolutely necessary do we let the tree be taken down. But then we require a replacement, either in cash that goes into a fund for tree planting, or replacing on a 2-to-1 basis the trees on the property. So we have a plan even for that to make sure that we're not losing trees without replanting them.
Freeman Station. Yeah. Anybody that doesn't know Freeman Station, what is it?
Freeman Station is a historic train station back in the day when basically all travel, especially across the country, was by rail. And it's over 100 years. It was actually the first motion I ever brought as a city councillor in 2011. It was slated for demolition. And I worked with one of my council colleagues at the time to say, we need to save this, and if the city can't figure out a way to save it and we're about to demolish it, just push pause on the wrecking ball, let the community save it. They stepped up, residents stepped up, formed a nonprofit group, did fundraising, found a location, restored inside. We have woodworkers and incredible artisans in our community, people with skills I don't have. They collected a bunch of artifacts. It's located on Fairview Street, and they've been doing this since 2011, this volunteer group. And they finally said, you know what, the city still owns it, but they've been running it for us. So they said to us, would you take this off our hands and run it as part of the family of museums? And so this week at committee, council said, yep, and that'll go to council next week for final approval. But I think it was inevitable. Yeah.
Okay. This is exciting. New speaker series.
Yes.
Okay, so this is brand new. This is your baby.
Brand new. Okay. Yes, I announced it at the State of the City in January, and it's really intended to foster conversation in the community about the key issues we face. So the first one is about housing affordability. We've got an internationally recognized speaker, Jennifer Keesmaat, urban planner, is coming. I'm co-hosting it with Kelvin Gall Galbraith, councillor, who is also the deputy mayor of business, red tape reduction, and we're going to talk a little bit about what what growth looks like in Burlington, how we are looking at ways to make housing more affordable. But she's going to talk about some of the real-time. She's a planner, but she's also got a development company, and some of the projects that she's working on are incredible. Partnerships with nonprofit, with government. We can do this. There's ways to do it. She has a proven track record, and she'll talk about that. I think it'll be very
She's
inspiring.
fabulous. Very
and
interested in that. Okay, yes.
It's free. May 27, free. Get your ticket, though, so we can manage numbers. We're almost halfway sold out already.
Okay, so there's still space.
There is still space.
So it's May 27th.
May 27, Monday night at the Burlington Performing Arts Center, yeah.
Yeah. I think we got to everything.
Awesome.
Anything else? Any plans for the long weekend?
I am going to do nothing.
Yay!
That's what I do.
Well, mayor's allowed to do nothing?
I'm going to sit in my backyard, and our weather guy is going to give me good weather. I know he is. I know he is. So
pressure's on, buddy.
Sunny and warm.
Pressure's on, pal. Great seeing you.
Good to see
Burlington
you.
Mayor, Marianne Meed Ward.